Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this live stream celebrating the launch, or the early access launch, I should say, of P.A.C.K. I am joined by Beth.
Hello.
Willow.
Hello.
And the creator stroke developer of P.A.C.K, Tim.
Hello. So, yeah, I get to shake my arms in the air like I don't care.
Yeah.
So P.A.C.K, post-apocalyptic cleaning kit that is now officially launched today, December 9th, to early access. And in development for, I don't know, about a year and a half.
Really?
And yeah.
She can't stop
cleaning now.
She can't help it.
I can't.
So as you can tell, P.A.C.K is a cleaning game, which is why Willow wants to clean. Yeah, so we play as robots, and we're cleaning up at the end of the world. So humans are gone, but the robots don't know any better, and they're just doing their job.
Kind of reminds me a little bit, then, of WALL-E.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But you're just not...
Although, I really like our robots.
Well, technically, I would say we are a bit like WALL-E because we have trash cubes. That's what this little thing is that I'm holding. It's a trash cube.
I broke it.
What I'm holding is not a cube, but it is trash.
Ooh.
Discuss.
That's yeah.
Ha ha ha.
So you can do features as well. I'm obviously going to say, but there is a little bit of a feature.
Hey, yeah.
If I press tab and you get stuck at any point, them two have broke the recycle machine.
Yeah.
That you can see that there's dirt highlighted and there's beeps. So the closer you get to beeps, lets you know where cleanables are.
Ding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fries are done.
So the core tools we have is we got the washing tool, and that basically just washes up dirt and grime on various surfaces. We got the vacuum tool, which is good for vacuuming both surface level grime and dirt, as well as smaller objects in the environment, and then objects that can't be picked up by the vacuum can be picked up with the graspers.
Thanks for the hello, Dark Fox Prime.
Where's that
Team.
at? Fair enough.
Hello, Dark Fox Prime. I'm glad you could make it. So I will give a shout out to Dark Fox Prime because he's been super helpful with testing.
Which is good. But at least now, as well, the one thing I will say, at least now with it being out there in early access, is more eyeballs and...
Well, a whole bunch of new ways it can break, you know?
Yeah.
Yay.
Is somebody clicking there? I keep forgetting. That gets confusing because obviously I've been playing this in a single player
I found a thing
environment.
to read.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Source, IM. Date, March 2135. Bob, don't you think the acronym is a bit dire? They're meant to restore areas after natural disasters. They aren't literally going to be cleaning up after the end of the world. Frank, well, sure, they're not actually going to clean up after the apocalypse, but marketing loves it. This new model is expected to ship globally for both commercial and residential use. Bob, somebody sure sounds like an ad campaign today. Frank, well, somebody just got some stock in the parent company.
Did I miss that one?
Bob and Frank, everybody.
Bob and Frank.
And then there's the one up at the top of the stairs, too.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
I remember that one. Oh.
No, well, the Bob and Frank one's the one that was there from the beginning. The one at the top of the stairs is new.
Was it? Okay.
Guys.
So that sort of wrench sound you heard was Beth. She was just repairing the shelf. There was a little task list there that gives us things that we have to do. And the way you repair is, Tim, do you know the icons at the top? Because I'm not sure on them.
Yeah, so you get going from left to right, you've got ceramic, metal, organic, and polymer.
All right, okay.
So everything in the game that you put into the recycler gets turned into some of that. And then different objects in the environment will require different quantities of those resources in order to repair. So, and each level is kind of completely separate. So you don't carry over resources from one environment to another because you're not technically the same robot. Because the idea is that these robots were deployed globally. So when you go to a new level, you're actually just a new robot that awoke in a new location.
Yeah.
So that's why the resources don't carry over. So each level you start with 0 resources and have to recycle, and there's enough resources in each level to be able to repair everything.
So obviously Dark Fox Prime was saying on Steam that they don't recognize this level. Must have been the ones that they didn't test.
It should have been. Well, actually, no. I actually focused a little bit more on some of the later content.
So what are we missing? Because we're at 98%.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too.
Well, there's this note at the top of the stairs in the meantime. Source.
Still a keyboard in the recycler.
Oh.
Okay.
There it
Yay, we did it.
So obviously you get at the end of this, when you get your environment restored, you get a oh, come on.
Subsidiary.
Yep. Of Infinity Corp, Infinity Robotics produce various commercial and industrial Is there a
Robotics?
typo there? Sorry, not want to point that out. Shouldn't that read?
A subsidiary of Infinity Corp, Infinity Robotics produces various commercial and industrial robotics equipment.
Shouldn't that be robotic equipment?
No.
Okay, fair enough. So then you do get fair enough. It's my brain. I'm dyslexic, so I do apologize. So then you've got.
You're forgiven this time.
So then you get a time limit of how long you've been actually playing the level.
Right. Which, in fairness, we were kind of sitting on this level waiting for the live stream. So
yeah. If you do actually have any questions for Tim on any of the platforms, whether that's Twitch, YouTube, or the Steam page, drop them in the chat, and either I'll pass them on, or Tim will see them, or...
Fox Prime says that they don't recognize the level that we were on.
That's what I just told Tim.
yeah, we covered that.
So, this is... Trapped?
Ah,
This one?
Trapped. Yep.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Where did the inspiration come from for P.A.C.K?
Well, a couple of different sources, really. I think my first time I played a simulation game, anything like P.A.C.K, which kind of focused on the concept of cleaning, was Viscera Cleanup Detail. And I was
So
a
much
huge
fun.
fan of Viscera Cleanup Detail, and it was definitely one of those games that, on paper, makes no sense.
Yeah.
You try to explain to somebody that, oh yeah, you're cleaning up. It's like, okay, but why?
So addictive, though.
It can actually...
And
can be very
Go ahead,
It can be very, very satisfying.
yeah, for sure.
And then...
So, and then obviously that genre became kind of popularized, and there was just a lot of, additional games that came out following suit with cleaning up. Obviously, some of the newer ones like Power Wash Sim 2.
Yeah.
Crime Scene Cleaner.
Yeah.
So So I think for me, the two core inspirations was definitely a cross between VCD, Visual Cleanup Detail, and Power Wash Sim 2, or Power Wash Sim in general.
Hmm.
Because it was, I really enjoyed the general kind of cleaning mechanic of like Power Wash, or a Viscera, a VCD, where you're kind of cleaning up after like disaster and like some of the blood and the gore and that kind of stuff. I just enjoyed kind of the oddity of it. It was just a whole kind of paradigm shift to the way games usually work. And but it also had some annoying bits to it, like in VCD, you can spill water buckets and make things dirty. You can track blood around. You can
You can't crimson cleaner.
when you go to get like a bucket, like sometimes you'll get a body part instead
Oh,
of getting
yeah.
a bucket.
That's-
Like things like that are kind of like fun the first time. They get old real fast. That so that's why like P.A.C.K doesn't really bring any of that to the table.
Yeah.
Are you giving us an offering?
Well, speaking of finding body parts, I'm just saying.
Speaking of,
But the thing
it was a nice demonstration.
like I said, the thing I like about it as well, it's the same with a couple of the games, is they don't actually have they don't have music. So this game doesn't have music, so I could sit here, I don't know, stick a podcast on and just clean away.
Yeah. Which I find relaxing myself, so I can understand other people finding it that way too.
Sure. Well, and I think that's been kind of the genre, right? Like, you look at like Power Wash and games and those that kind of simulator genre. A lot of people like it because you can just zone out, focus on a somewhat like redundant task, watch a video on the side, or listen to music, or So I really want to tap into that aspect of it, that it's not one of those games where like it's a first person shooter and you're like 100% engaged into its world and music and those cinematics, and it's just a casual zone out type of game.
Well, yeah. And some people might think, oh, well, it doesn't seem very like
exciting.
Yeah, but it actually, once you start playing something like this, like VCD and like Power Wash and stuff like that, you then, it does with me. I tend to get into that mode where it's like, it feels quite of an accomplishment to know that you've kind of had to go a little bit OCD without actually having OCD.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the other thing for me has always been the idea of like changing environments. I mean, I've been playing video games since the good old days, and I think that there was like a lot of games that I played when I was a kid were focused around like exploring a world, and whether it's combat or just adventure or whatever, but there was never any real big kind of like change or impact on the environment itself, right? So when games started playing around with that idea, I think I got really engaged into that. And a game like this is all about changing the environment. You take something that starts out and looks one way, and by the end of that level it looks very, very different. And so that idea of a malleable space, that you're changing what your environment looks like over the course of gameplay, I find personally very engaging.
Yeah.
There's another note over here. Who's S.K.?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, and that's something that will be discovered in time.
So it's another basically.
Oh.
Little bit.
We got a stray scapula here.
No.
Got a what now? What? A what?
Body parts.
Ah.
Shoulder blade.
Oh, okay. I don't know the technical term. I just know the layman's terms.
Yeah. Did you take that other bone? Okay.
Because if
So,
I'm right,
Darfox Prime in chat says this is a great game for people who want the endorphins from completing something complex using simple actions.
yeah,
It's a good way to put it.
that I can agree
Yeah.
with.
Yep.
So obviously, like you said, all this is built in one of the Unreal engines.
Unreal Engine 5.
And
So,
you are a self-taught, you know, you're self-taught with that.
yeah.
Which is a
what I do.
skill, you know, which is a skill that still amazes me. You know,
Same.
even going back to your previous game, which is Mercury Fallen, was done in Unity. Still amazed me because, yeah, it must.
Yeah,
have-
you know, just put out a game from scratch in 18 months while learning a new game engine, you know, like you do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing people
Math
do,
brain.
right?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just you. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know if that's plural.
What? If what's plural?
You people.
Ah. No, but you know what I
I
mean.
don't know if there are
There's-
multiple people that do it.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Tim doesn't have a team behind him. He's not.
It's true.
Right.
You know, he hasn't got
Yep.
a funding from
It's a
some
one-man band.
big company. So to do what he's done with like the likes of Mercury Fallen and with P.A.C.K in the time that he has, it's pretty impressive. Especially like because you did all the most of the art assets, didn't you?
For P.A.C.K.
Hmm.
I did a lot of them. There was
That's what I
definitely some
mean.
assets. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of assets that I definitely like acquired, because otherwise I never would have been able to do it within the time I was able to do it.
Hmm.
So, but everything, all the level design is all unique. So it's like I might have used some pre-existing art assets, but you know, the way they're kind of configured into the level,
Yeah.
you know, is all my own doing. This level, for example, all of the, well, probably about a good 90% of the artwork in this level is all myself.
Yeah.
So like all the architecture, the walls, the ceiling, floors, all that fun stuff,
Hmm.
and much of the furniture and objects. The only thing that's not is just like the trees outside were some assets, and some other the trees inside,
Yeah.
like the plants and stuff, were some purchased assets. But like this, man, I'm doing myself a disservice. I almost said that this drink machine was a purchased asset, but it was not. I forgot I made this.
Which is
The
impressive.
cold drinks.
The vending machine.
Yep. And I mainly, you know why I made it?
Because
Why?
you were thirsty.
No, the reason I made it is because I had all the different cans, and I did the my own branding for all the different soda cans,
Yeah.
and I wanted the branding to match the buttons on the soda machine.
All right. Okay.
So I was like, you know, in order for that to happen, clearly I need to model the entire cold drink bank.
Hmm.
You know,
Again, like you do.
like you do. So, because we got, what do we got? We got Infinity Cola, Purple Pop, Splash 42, Banana something. Can't read that one. Banana. No, that doesn't help. And then there's All Right. So there's one called All Right,
Yeah.
which that is a reference to a soda that existed.
Hmm.
I don't know if anybody remembers a soda called OK.
Okay, soda.
Nope. I won't.
Yep. And yeah, there was a soda called OK Soda, and they had a really bizarre like marketing thing for like the brand. The whole concept of the soda was that it was a drink that will make you feel okay.
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 So, so the whole shtick was like, it's OK Soda.
Hmm.
But they also had a 1-800 number.
Hmm.
And I think it was like 1-800 I feel okay or something. And you'd call it up and it was just the most random frickin' things in the world on that 1-800
Okay,
number.
that's not.
Because like there's like a whole bunch of different options, one of which was like bird calls.
Yeah.
And you'd go to that option and it would literally be some guy just being like, like tweet, chirp, chirp.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the weirdest, stupidest thing. And it would, and like any bright star, it did not burn very long. It I don't know how long it was out for, but it was not out for very long, and it just kind of buckled under its own majesty.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I remember.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
And I can't.
It was very 90s ironic,
Hmm. Well, I can't see you guys because I'm trapped in a bush. Willow, you just had to, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out here you get a nice view of the level once you're done cleaning it.
Yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
was hanging, because I didn't get a chance to do that last time, as you can see. But weirdly enough, it doesn't show that I'm trapped in a plant.
Interesting.
If you look at the screenshots, it actually, the screenshots, like the still bits, it doesn't,
Mhm.
it shows me stood on top of the planter, but I'm not covered in
Yeah.
the art asset.
And I think the reason being is because that was the very last thing to consider the environment restored.
Ah, right.
So the
okay.
second she went to repair it, it generated the images before it actually loaded in the art asset for
Ah,
it being repaired.
fair enough.
Oh, I missed the plant. Needing repair. That's what was missing.
Yeah, it's where I was stood. Just yeah. All right.
Oh, that's what you get for standing on a plant pot.
I know. So what would? Okay, curious question. Apart from, if
Oh, this place is dirty.
you had advice to anybody who was looking at getting into starting game development, would you tell them to go to college, or would you say maybe try the self-taught route?
I don't think I would tell anybody to go the self-taught route. I think that there's like obviously everybody learns differently. Like it's one of those things to where, I don't think you can tell anybody that, what, you should be self-taught. I think people are either self-taught or they're not. It's just in their nature to learn that way.
Yeah.
Because I think most people obviously learn through some sort of structured teaching environment, watching other people do things or what have you. But I think not everybody, like everybody absorbs information and retains information differently. And as far as getting into game development, it really depends on what you want to do. Like myself, I'm a control freak. I like doing all of it.
Well,
except for marketing and talking to humans. That's the part I don't like.
yeah, but you
Present company accepted, of course.
Right. But yeah, you know, like I like kind of doing like a lot of different things. But generally speaking, like game development, if you're working for like a company, companies don't work that way. I mean, you've got different departments that focus on different things, and yeah, I mean, a small team, like a small indie team, might, you know, you might have some people that wear some like different hats, for
Yeah.
sure. But like in general, you know, usually like you're gonna have, especially like larger studios, you know, you've got people that are just dedicated to working on like character artwork. Some people that are dedicated just to like sound design, just to environment artwork, you know, just coding, and then the coding breaks down to like many different things because you've got, you know, like technical artists and, you know, other, just a whole litany of job roles.
Well, there'll be like storyboard and all this lot and
Yeah.
stuff like
Sure.
that, depending on the game.
Sure. Well, and I mean, you know, you get to like big games, like, you know, you think like Bethesda and like Fallout and Skyrim, you've got dedicated people that are like lore masters. So like their job is to literally know like all of the history and story and environment and world that makes up that space.
Well, yeah.
You know, because it's just that large. And so yeah, I mean, I think getting back to your original point, which was like, you know, what would you suggest? Figure out what you want to do. Like what interests you, you know, because I mean, making games is such a broad topic. You know, just learn, you know, try to figure out what it is that you might be interested in. You know, are you more interested in the visual? You're more interested in coding, you know, and then try and, you know, endeavor to work down that path, and whatever that might be, whether it's an art school or, you know, more traditional college for programming, or, you know, and these days there's a lot of schools and classes dedicated for different aspects of game design.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean the industry is big enough to where you can, you know, I mean, I haven't paid close attention, but I think that there might be, you know, some like game design. Like, I don't know if there's like a master, but like, yeah, there's definitely like game design courses that you can take. Yeah, that can definitely help out. And if nothing else, helps you to learn what you don't want to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
just a crazy, a little bit of a related story, but it's a bit crazy. There was a 10-year-old boy here. He got himself, I think he was 10, he got himself in the Guinness Book of World Records for designing a sort of a game, but in a certain length of time. Oh,
I think I heard about that kid.
yeah. And there's only ever been two. There's been a male. There's been a boy and a girl that have been like a young age that have done it, or that are in the Guinness Book of Records that that have just got that, and it's like, yeah, 11-year-old becoming the youngest game developer by coding a game in 4 hours. That's kind of crazy. I mean, okay, granted it'll be a basic, you know, it'll be a basic game, but
sure.
to be able to do something like that in 4 hours,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Craziness.
I couldn't
Yep.
even. I would not be able to even put my mind to being able to do that in 4 hours. And it's weird because I'm more of a visual learner.
Sure.
My learning style is very visual. I mean, I've had to do stuff out of like textbooks and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, no, that's not me. So,
So Fox Prime commented when we were in the last environment. I was talking about the artwork
Yeah.
for that trapped environment that we were just in, and he said the furniture is all cribbed from Mercury Fallen.
Yep.
And which he's not wrong.
No. But that's the kind of the good thing about already developing another title. You can, if you think.
Well, Infinity Corp is a crossover too, which I love. There's a little universe here.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, because Infinity Corp is the corporation, that's direct result of the events that transpire in Mercury Fallen. And so it's all part of, the larger universe. So, and the artwork, and in this level too, like these chairs and like the bench and stuff are art assets directly from Mercury Fallen.
Yeah.
There were some tweaks. I'd up-res textures and stuff like that to bring it over, but yeah. And part of it was, to be blatantly honest, two reasons. One was, well, it saves me time from a development perspective, but two, it is part of the same universe.
Yeah.
And these first few levels are all actually part of kind of Infinity Corp. They're Infinity, robotics. And so it makes sense that they're, in a way, I want to tie those visuals together as well as like the story together. So like the floor in that last level, the gray tiled floor in that hallway environment was is actually the hallway flooring from
Mercury Fallen. Yeah, I did notice. So obviously, if you are watching this live and you want to pick up P.A.C.K in early access, you can do so. There's links on both of the YouTube and the Twitch. Obviously, if you've got Blue Sky, you can go and follow P.A.C on Blue Sky. If you have, obviously, Facebook, links for P.A.C's Facebook is there. Also, if you're on X, go and give Nitrous Butterfly a follow to keep up to date with that. And there is also the Nitrous Butterfly YouTube. There is also, I think, did you say there was a P.A.C YouTube channel?
Hey, how did you open this door up here?
Yeah. I think it's under the night. Oh, the key card at your feet.
Yeah.
That key card can be picked up and used to open the door.
Oh, neat.
So yeah, you swipe it in front of the little badge reader.
Yep.
Where'd you find this?
It was on the table over
originally on the table, but I ended up picking it up and moving it just because.
Cool.
I mean,
so there are different interactive elements in the environment.
Yeah.
So Fox Prime says, in reference to the tie-in stuff, said the tie-in with MF was one of the things I absolutely loved when I first started playing, by the way. And yeah, I mean, those are things that I enjoy about games, are those little like connections between games. And obviously Mercury Fallen is a very different game from what this is. Mercury Fallen, for those not aware, was my first game released on Steam and was a colony management game. So
yeah,
kind of like RimWorld and those kind of games, sci-fi colony management game. And so obviously this is a very radically different game, but I wanted to kind of tie those worlds together. And I think that that's always a lot of fun to do and something that I personally enjoy when I see that in games. And yeah, go ahead.
At least with Mercury Fallen, it's not going to do a RimWorld on you and absolutely batter you. Moments of when you start playing the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was one of the things with Mercury Fallen that I specifically wanted to do differently. Like I love RimWorld. RimWorld can be a lot of fun, but personally, sometimes I don't want that challenge. Like I just want to just kind of relax and go at my own pace and not have those kind of sudden upheavals occur. And so Mercury Fallen is much more a self-paced experience. Where you're much more in control and it's a little bit more casual. So I guess leaning into that casual element has led me here. Where we go even more casual and we're, just cleaning up an environment.
I mean, it's like I say, it's very. I know it seems like we're slightly hammering through the level because
Well, there are 4 of us, too.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you're in a multiplayer environment, which is another thing
Bonus.
that is good because it's like, you went out, you've gone out and just put the multiplayer aspect in from the ground up.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah, that was something that was very important to me when I started designing P.A.C.K. was, it wasn't simply just the aspect of creating a cleaning game. It's just I enjoy doing that activity with somebody else. And so in that vein, it was important to me to create something that was multiplayer from the ground up. And I think, you and I have had discussions over the years, and I've always been pretty adamant about the idea that if you're going to have multiplayer in a game, it should be from the ground up. It's generally not a mechanic that does well when tacked on later.
Yep. We learned the hard way.
Right.
Well, in terms of this game, you can happily go through it as a single player experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is just as fun single player as it is with friends. If you want to zone out and not have to deal with anybody else and listen to some music and clean some stuff, absolutely, it's a lot of fun to do. And it's like if you want to faff about with friends and spray each other with water, and honk your horn, you absolutely can.
Okay,
Oh, you're there.
gotta pick me up.
I'm wondering where you're
Right.
gone.
He's hiding.
Surprised.
Well, 1 minute that was the thing. I was just looking at Beth there, watching her do the cleaning of the robot, like the charging pads, and then next minute, you appear out of nowhere like a ghost.
Yeah, that's how I operate. Yeah. So
Yeah,
hey, Chris,
he does that.
come here. I actually want to show you something from a development standpoint. Go ahead and look at the ceiling here.
Yeah, it's dirty.
So that should be more noticeable now.
Yeah.
What?
It's all right.
What I missed?
So, I tweaked some details based on some feedback.
So Willow's cleaning the boardroom.
Yeah.
There was a chair there.
What's this room back here? It says "Do not enter." Oh, we got another skeleton.
Yeah, bad things happen back here.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously, that's interesting.
Wait, there's a note.
Ah.
Let me see what the note says. Source, CCTV. Date, April 2142. Marge, Dan. Dan, are you okay? Betty, call 911. Betty, it's busy. How is 911 busy? Marge, close the door, Betty. He has the eye twitch and he isn't responsive. Keep calling, but we need to leave now. Sounds ominous.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
from what I see here, I don't think Dan made it.
Yeah, I think we can
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, I don't think Dan's okay.
Jeez.
So
What did happen here?
Come on, Dan.
So obviously, without giving too much away, how long do you reckon it took you to put a little bit of a story narrative together?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because it's always a bit of an ongoing thing. I mean, I blocked out the core idea for P.A.C.K and kind of blocking out the overall story, because there is, if you follow through with the notes, there's an overall kind of story narrative, and the overall story has been blocked out. Like, I kind of know the big bullet points that occur from beginning to end. Obviously, it's an early access release, so not all of the content is yet available, but all that content is, going, still in development, going to be coming, but still largely kind of planned out on some level. And so that original concept of storyline, I think, happened, pretty quickly. I have some interesting bullet points of what happens. And then I got to figure out, well, how do those elements then break down into individual environments, and then those smaller stories, those that isn't necessarily like, tied to the big story going on, but those kind of moments within a level that happen. And kind of the way in which I tell that story. Like the aspect of Dan, obviously Dan, he's sick. And, they seem to kind of have some idea that they knew what was wrong with him, and that, it was dangerous. So they tried to get him help, but obviously they left. They got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we can glean from that story that of that closet is nobody came for Dan.
No.
Like, they called for help, but clearly nobody ever showed up. So, so that's, those kind of things that, telling a bit of the larger story through these smaller little interactions.
I'm going to interrupt you for a moment. Yes, Fox Prime. There is a horn. Press H the next time you play.
Yep. Which, it's mainly for multiplayer, so you can just kind of...
Which is the
Find each other.
Weird thing is that I didn't even know about that, so that was a bit of a surprise to me before we even started. So it's like...
Yeah, I know, because we did some, obviously we did some, some testing the other day, in preparation for the stream. And I totally forgot that it existed too. Like, when we did the testing, had I thought about it, I would have showed you then. I wasn't holding out on you. I just kind of forgot about it until just before the stream. Now I was like, oh yeah, there's a horn.
Even though you made it.
Yeah, so even as the developer, I don't always remember what the hell's going on. It's like, oh yeah, there's a horn, right?
So would you say you would eventually, do you think you would everybody would find out the conclusion of the law? Will the law have an end in the end? That's a weird question.
Right, that is, I think it's a weirdly phrased question, but yeah.
It's me you're talking about, so yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right, I get it. Yeah, no, yes. There is some sort of, like I mentioned before, there is kind of a beginning, middle, and end. There are big bullet points of story that I want to get across. So there is kind of an end note to the storyline.
Yeah.
And I don't, I think like a lot of stories, it's not like, well, you'll have to, you'll have to follow along and see.
Yeah.
Play the games.
And it's quite interesting to sometimes, well, at times it's been interesting to privately pick your brain to see how it works and how you kind of operate the way you do with your development.
I'll be honest, I don't know how I operate. So
coffee. Lots and lots of coffee.
There's that.
Right. Yeah, there is that. And it used to be coffee and cigarettes, but actually tomorrow is my 4-year anniversary.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, just overall from the time I've spent with a game as well, it's like if you like this kind, if you like this kind of like cleaning and stuff, it's definitely I would recommend. Because you can, I mean, one of the levels, but I won't say which one, took me a while even soloing it, which
Yeah.
I got the enjoyment out of it. I won't say what one, but I did enjoy it.
I can guess.
And
Did you know there's an Easter egg in the game?
yeah, I wasn't gonna say what. So
I'm not going to say what either.
if you want to know what that is, you've got to check the game out.
Yep.
Yep. So, and there'll be more. I definitely plan on adding additional Easter eggs, little things to find.
Because yeah, I'm really hoping that you kind of do one that I suggested. I'm hoping just a little nod. I'll get it eventually. People might not, but other people would eventually. I think
Right.
it was a longest running joke. I'll tell you that.
Mm.
So what?
Oh, somebody did get it. Okay.
So Fox Prime asked a question some time ago that I missed. Hold on. What was it? Said, let's see. Didn't you start out Nitrous Butterfly making 3D assets to sell? So Nitrous Butterfly is the name of my company.
Yeah.
My company of one. I feel like I keep good company, so I decided to make it official. And so Nitrous Butterfly does indeed sell art assets. There's assets both on the Unity Asset Store as well as the Unreal Marketplace that are sold for other developers to use. And I will be blatantly honest with you. One of those is a lovely cubicle kit that you can see on display right here in the office.
Oh,
And so I am kind of like, using my own content.
So you should.
But yeah, so Nitrous Butterfly does sell content, but that's actually not where Nitrous Butterfly started. Nitrous Butterfly actually started back in 2004. So about, what is that, 21 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm aging myself right now.
Yep.
So, so back in 2004, I actually started Nitrous Butterfly with a buddy of mine at the time that I'm still in communication with, but we don't, he's moved on to do his stuff. I do my stuff. Anyway, we started Nitrous Butterfly together, and we wanted to create a game. And I think like any young game developer did exactly the thing you're not supposed to do, which is to come up with a really big game idea and want to do that first.
Yeah.
So basically, we wanted to create like this epic first-person shooter. Like we wrote like a lot of the story for it. Mapped out a lot of like the levels. Because it was 2004, we wanted to use the Source engine. Because that's what like Half-Life 2, was using. And oh yeah, so wonderful ideas we had. Anyway. Thankfully, reality kind of set in at some point. It was like, we can't do any of that. Because especially back then, the availability of technology was not what it is today. I mean, today you've got the Unity game engine, Unreal game engine, Godot, and a lot of other, great resources for building whatever you want.
Yeah.
And back in 2004, it's like, there was some of that stuff, but especially game engines, those were geared for big studios. So if
Hmm.
you wanted to use something like the Source engine or whatever, like you needed hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like it wasn't, accessible at all. So what was available were some smaller tools. So we ended up creating a little game called Soul Survivor. And Soul Survivor was a top-down space shooter, and like a retro style top-down space shooter.
Yeah.
And and I did I didn't know anything about like programming. So we used there's some software called Multimedia Fusion that we used, and I was able to, my buddy did a lot of the artwork. We both kind of did artwork. I did a lot of the, not so much coding per se, but the setup of interactions within Multimedia Fusion for all of that stuff. But anyway, yeah, our first project was this top-down space shooter. And back then, again, there wasn't any real like Steam or anything like that. I mean, it was like trying to sell stuff on the internet was like trying to put something in the back of a van and selling it in an alley. Because you had like shareware sites and stuff like that. So we had like a demo version that we'd like spread on all these like shareware sites, and a lot of it was just like sending out emails and stuff directly. It was a lot of work to get anybody to see anything. So that was not a financial success.
No.
I mean, I'll still call it a success because I think anybody, whether you're by yourself or within a small team, regardless of the outcome, if you're able to come with an idea, build the game, and have something that is fully playable and complete, that is an accomplishment.
Well, yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are not able to do that. They get into, especially these days, they get into game development. So I mean, if you can at the very least do that, that is an accomplishment, regardless of whether or not it sells anything, or you make oodles of money or fame or whatever. I think it's an accomplishment. So we accomplished that. Then after P.A.C.K, after Soul Survivor, I learned how to actually do some programming. So I tried to make my own game engine. and
That was funny.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Oh.
You what?
So yeah, so I so I tried to make my own game engine, and I mean I sort of did. I mean I wrote from scratch a bunch of code that we used to make a game called Alien Defense. And like the first one did not really go very well. Because again, a lot of development time went into building the technology instead of building the game.
Oh, Fox Prime says, I just found the Soul Survivor demo on archive.org.
Oh my god.
Oh crap. Crap.
Oh, that's hilarious. And then after that, we tried to build our own MMO, which was just...
Like you do.
Well, it lasted 8 years, and
Yeah, it did.
it was well done. It's just we ended up with a lot of people, one in particular that kept telling our competitors what we were planning on doing, and they were a tester.
Yuck.
So that was very, very disorienting for us.
Yeah. Well, and it was also just kind of a problem of, especially with that project, it was you need people to get people, because a social virtual world that we were trying to build meant that we needed, kind of like any social platform, people go there not only because of the platform, but because of the people that are there. Like, my friends are there,
Yep.
so I'm going to go here. And so it was hard to kind of get that momentum. Like we'd have moments where things seemed to really go in the right direction, and then it just never quite took off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Apologize
You break it.
to anybody on the stream there. For some real bizarre reason, it decided that it was going to crash on me.
Yeah, well, that's what happens trying to stream to all these different places. But I mean, that's the nature of live streaming.
Yeah, but I'm surprised it was the error it was.
Yeah.
Considering I'm sitting on 128 gigabytes of RAM as
Right.
well. And the graphics card's quite beefy, but yeah. Is Beth...
I'm here.
Did you get the invite?
Did you?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at Discord.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, squirrel.
No. Yep.
Happens to the
Yeah,
best of us.
So...
Yeah, we're gonna take a sneak peek at the
Yeah.
pharmacy level here, and then
Yeah,
I'm not
so-
gonna quite do all of it here, but we'll
No.
give a quick sneak peek.
Well, it's actually called Diseased.
Yeah, I mean, for those of us that know better, it's called Diseased.
Yeah.
For the cool kids.
But,
Right. Unlike the developer who calls it the pharmacy level, because
Yeah.
that's what I
Well-
called it before I gave it a proper name.
Hmm.
So in my brain, it's like,
Pharmacy.
and in my files,
Well-
and in my files, it's like, no, loading up the pharmacy level.
Yeah. But I did notice when I loaded back in quickly to change the level over, the environment didn't complete for me on the last level.
Uh-oh.
It should have, because I had completed it. I had
Yeah. It did for me.
Didn't for me.
Yeah.
It hit me.
Interesting.
Well,
it
yeah,
hit
well, I
me
mean, you
to
got that
about
error, so-
96.
Yeah.
Even though we were up to 99. So that's
yeah, well,
all.
you got that error, so I didn't save the
Yeah.
save that last part of it because it saves in intervals.
Mm. So yeah, this is like a sneak peek at the disease level, obviously, or as Tim likes to call it, pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Because it's a pharmacy.
I enjoyed this level. I enjoyed. I don't know if it was the length of time it took, or I don't know. I enjoyed all the other levels, but this one was quite interesting because of what the repairing is as well. Because obviously you've got wall damage to repair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's because it wasn't the same stuff, and then you've got your ceiling tiles as well to fix, and
Mhm.
it's nice to have different, like, different elements, if you know what I mean. So you're not always doing the same thing
Same thing over and over. Yeah.
Well, I mean that's important. I mean having those kind of balancing the different mechanics so that it doesn't become too tedious in one given direction.
Oh, we got another dead guy.
Yay. Hi, dead guy. Ooh, he has a guitar. Can I pick it up?
Is he?
Yeah. See at the end of the bed.
You can making physics. Are you making physics?
I'm in the
objects?
bathroom.
Are you making physics objects get angry again?
Apparently.
So we actually have two dead guys. Because I'm in the bathroom.
Ah. Yeah, I'm in a storeroom that has a bed.
Huh.
So, yeah. I mean,
Not dead guy.
like I said, I like the different uses of, the dirt texture, the
Can't pick
vacuum,
him up.
the vacuumable stuff as well, like the leaves and the whatever else it was. I can't really describe it. It was here. It's like a mud type thing. But I'm impressed with the lighting as well. I like the lighting style as well
Mm-hmm.
within the game.
Yeah, it's not overly bright, but it's bright enough. And I do like, in areas where you would expect it to be dark, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I got another note back here. You want me to read it?
Please.
Sure.
Source analog date August 2143. Day 1. Well, it's a fixer-upper, but I can definitely hunker here for now. I may have missed my ticket to the quarantine zone, but I don't see anyone around to bother me here. Day 2. The ladies' bathroom still mostly works, which is good because I don't know what happened in the men's room and I don't want to know. Grid power is still working, but I found a small generator I could use in case of emergencies. It will need to be tested though. Day 4. I got the generator working today. I'll give it a test run tonight. I don't want to risk attracting unwanted attention, so I'll run it outside. The window in my bedroom should have enough ventilation. Well,
Clearly it didn't.
yeah.
By the sounds of it.
Yep.
And that's why you should
Poor
always use your generators in well ventilated spaces.
This has been a public service announcement.
Yep. Yeah, this is an educational game.
Yep. Remember, if you're stuck in an apocalypse.
So
Yep. Here's what not to do when stuck in an apocalypse.
So yeah, Dark Fox Prime was saying that this level was a lot of fun, different things to do, and different things to do to clean everything, things to find, etc.
Why is it not releasing it? There it goes.
What? Right, what was your inspiration behind your recycling thing? Was that VCD, or, well, Visceral Cleanup, or was that, or did you decide,
Trying to stick this guy in there makes me nostalgic for VCD.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I grabbed that ceiling tile. Okay, thank you.
So I think it was just a natural progression from the idea of like I wanted to vacuum. Well, I wanted to have a few different core mechanics. One of which was washing.
yeah.
One of which I wanted to be able to vacuum objects.
There you go. Kitty.
And then it kind of led to the idea like, okay, well, if we're vacuuming of objects, where are those going, and then what do we do with them, right? Which, okay, trash cubes, sounds good. So then it's like, well, what do we do with the trash cubes? So I was like, well, we need some sort of means of dealing with those. And the first iteration of that was actually not recycling. It was actually just a depot. It was somewhere you could just deposit them and then they'd just be gone.
Yeah.
And then at some point during development, I was like, well, hold on. If I, because I did have some underlying ideas of wanting to like repair stuff too. And then I kind of connected the dots. I was like, well, hold on. If we, instead of just destroying these trash cubes and they just go away, what if we recycle them and gives us materials that we can then use to actually repair stuff?
Well, yeah.
So that kind of one thing led to another mechanically over the course of development that led to the recycler and resources. And I also didn't want to have like,
sorry.
with the resource, I didn't want to deal with player inventory. I wanted to keep it simple, right? Because a lot of this is following suit from VCD or Power Wash, where it's, I don't want to be thinking too hard about stuff while I'm cleaning, right? We just want to kind of get into the groove of stuff. And so I didn't want like inventory management or too many different things. So I kind of boiled everything down into like what would be the simplest amount of component types, which is how I came up with the 4. And that kind of covers generically just about any type of repairable object is made up of one or multiple of those types of things. And then just kind of storing it as like a level related item, and you can just see it, and either you have enough or you don't, and you can repair, as you go. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that was just trying to keep things like fun but simple.
Yeah.
Like the sprayer, for example.
Whoops.
There was some question during development, like should the player have a certain amount of water? Can you run out of water? Should you have to go get more water
Yeah, that was a
somewhere?
no.
And and it was just like, well, because if you think of VCD, right? In Viscera cleanup detail, you've got a water bucket, right? And the water gets dirty. So you do run out of water, right? You need to go get another bucket, and there's that whole mechanic.
Well,
And I think with VCD, I think that works fine. I think that that's a good way to do things. To me, I lean more towards the simplicity of something like Power Wash, where you don't have to replenish water. You just keep going. You don't want
no.
to slow the player down. You just want to get into the groove. You don't have to stop and get divided by something else if you just want to focus on, clearing a given area with just washing.
Well, it's a bit like crime scene cleaner. It's the same as Viscera in a way. You get slowed down by that, don't you? So
Yeah.
now, did you do? I take it you did the artwork for the posters.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go over to that other poster over there for a reason.
Sure.
But did you take? I have to ask. Did you take sort of? Inspiration from proper like pharmacy type.
Oh yeah,
posters
I did a lot of
for these?
research. Yeah, I did a lot of online research for various like posters, ideas to kind of figure out, what I kind of wanted it to look like. And that's common. I mean, with any sort of art design, usually reference material is not important, but kind of required, really, in order to
Yeah.
figure out how you want something to look.
Yeah. Do you know what Dark Fox Primes mean in there? Right at the
And
bottom.
not the Wall-E solution of building ziggurats.
See,
Oh right, yeah.
Now that might be a reference I may not get, unfortunately.
Well, it's a reference in the movie as far as like stacking the cubes together into towers.
Oh, right. You could actually do it, but then physics might get angry at you eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially with with games. Yeah. I mean, real time physics is a beast. Especially with multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of inspirations, Wall-E is obviously a definite, influence here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I like that movie. It's one of my favorite. It's kind of one of my favorite movies a little bit.
Yeah. It's a great one.
Wally didn't have a horn though. He just had a little robot. Eventually gets a little robot companion.
He had a home, and he had his little cricket friend or bug friend.
Yeah, but he also then had Eve. Or Eva.
Yeah. Eva.
Eva.
I knew I was going to do that.
Oh, I'm trying to wash the crack out of the wall. Okay. Even though there's a thing with, says repair right in front of me.
Okay. Okay. I know where. I wonder where.
Watch your mouth.
I wonder where Beth. No, I was wondering where Beth's brain was going at this point. The fact that she was trying.
No one knows
that she was trying to fix it by washing it rather than repairing it.
I'm like, man, this thing's stubborn.
Watch out! I've got a gun.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Now, Was that a borrowed or a...
Yeah, that was a borrowed.
Yeah.
Ding.
But it's interesting, though,
Fries are done.
you know, like, this environment, even on the way you've kind of done the mirror, yeah, you can see kind of reflection slightly, but
Yeah, I mean, just
not
use
all of
the
it.
screens. Yeah, I use the screen space reflections, which they're limited. They're not really great for like planar, like flat mirror reflections.
Yeah.
They're good for like kind of environmental reflections on objects.
See-
Usually does fairly well, but
Ding.
I don't know. It's a very, very it's not, I wouldn't say it's, it's not a challenging, this type of game isn't meant to be challenging.
no, very much the opposite.
It's just really a chill out
Yeah.
vibe to it. What's going on? Did you increase the jump mechanic?
No.
Just feels
Can we
weird.
talk about the importance of the pop noise?
Oh yeah, the pop noise.
It's very important.
Yeah, it is very important. Well, I think especially these days, there's that definitely that dopamine response with like cleaning things and the correct sound it makes to make you feel like you're constantly making progress. That I think various other games have done really, really well, and something that from an audience I know myself included really wants and needs, is that kind of constant feeling of like progression. I think that's why these type of games become addictive. As you have that constant, forward momentum.
Yeah.
And the pop noise in this particular case is interesting because it's actually the notification sound from Mercury Fallen.
Yes, it is.
And it is also the sound of me making a pop sound with my mouth.
Fish mouth.
Yep.
And it makes me laugh because it's like, how many takes did it take you to actually get it to be right?
I think one or two.
He makes that
Really?
noise all the time.
quick?
Yeah. No, I make that noise all the time, so it was pretty easy to just just be like, I think I literally just did like a rapid fire set of like just pop 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 pop, and then pull it in. Then in Audacity,
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, yeah, that one's good. And then that was originally, like I said, for MF, and so we just I just went with that sound. It was a good notification sound, and then moving on to P.A.C.K, I was like, okay, well, I need a good sound that's like that. You clean something sound.
Yeah.
And so I didn't think of the pop sound right away. I was trying to figure out what I could do, and and I was like, well, I thought about the pop sound that I normally make, and I was like, oh, that could be good. And then I was like, well, hold on, I already did that for MF. What if I just take that same audio clip?
Yeah.
And so I pulled that audio clip straight out of MF, pulled it in here, and I was like, nope, that's perfect. We're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, because I mean, I'd noticed the noise, and I was like, I know this from somewhere. And at the time, I couldn't, because I was concentrating on other things at the time. I was like, what's it actually from? And
Now we know.
And now, until now you've said this, it's like, oh yeah.
I think, well, to me, it was also important that it was a unique noise. You know, like
Hmm.
I didn't want to use, because obviously for different things, it's easy to get you know, different sound effects for, you know, video game development that get kind of slotted in, and you know, to use you know, pre-designed assets for that kind of for various different things. And I do here and there. I mean, I definitely pull some sound effects, you know, online, for different things. But for that, I feel like that's kind of one of the most important sounds in this kind of game,
Yeah.
and it needed to be distinct to this game. And you could argue, like, well, it's not because it's in Mercury Pollen too, but
technically
it's
is.
it's unique to the world of Nitrous Butterfly.
Yeah. But technically is, it is unique to the game because they're in the same universe.
Right.
Or similar. Similar, same. And, that works. And it's
I
not...
need
Yeah.
more metal. Anybody got metal in their belly?
Oh,
I probably do. I haven't emptied
Ah,
the
okay.
cube. One moment. I will come and do that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'm putting some in right now.
I had a trash cube as well. If anybody wants a trash cube. Trash
I'll
cube.
put it in the recycler. Just put it where it goes.
I did. That was a good...
All right.
Put that thing right back where it came from.
Somebody's been watching
Why,
Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
I make that reference a lot.
Yeah, we both make that reference a lot.
I would associate with Monsters, Inc., so...
Oh, no, that is what it's from.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely the reference we're making. But yeah, we haven't seen it recently.
Oh,
I mean, some of our references,
Wall.
speaking of dating ourselves, some of our references are ancient indeed.
Oh yeah, some of them are from like 20 years ago.
Or longer.
Yeah, I was just about to say, or longer.
Where is it? Okay, I got one that I can't find. It might be too late.
might not be. I don't even know where you are.
I'm in the bathroom. It's really strong over here, but I can't see it. Did you find it? Yeah, it's like crazy.
Oh, I know where it is.
Somebody pee on the wall again? Or in the back of the door?
There you go, Willa. Come.
Thank you.
I knew exactly where that one was.
Oh, you fixed it. Good. There's the other one. Knew there was more. Nope, still not enough metal. That's weird.
Well, there should have been. I don't even know which one metal is now. Second one in though, innit? Tim?
Yeah, because that one shelf, I need the... Oh, there's the broken one. No, we need a lot of metal. I'm not seeing any. I already dumped a bunch. Oops.
All right, everybody dump their metal.
Yeah. I've emptied my bag. Or my...
Same.
Yeah. And the machine's empty. Uh-oh. I broke it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that on stream.
No.
I know. Let's go in the other bathroom and see if maybe there's something here. No. Not seeing anything in here. Weird.
No, there's nothing. This is why we don't bring Willa.
Everybody emptied their gut into the
Yeah.
recycle machine, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How strange. Yeah, because there's this shelf and some ceiling tiles, and both need
Metal.
metal.
Oh well. That's probably actual. Yeah. Good place to finish.
Indeed. Yep.
Free
So,
damn.
so obviously, this was a sneak peek at the disease level, aka pharmacy, as Tim likes to call it.
Mhm.
And obviously, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has joined on Twitch and the YouTube side, and obviously anybody that joined on Steam. You know, thank you to Beth and Willow for being here.
Thanks
My
for
pleasure.
having us.
And obviously, a thank you to Tim again for, you know, allowing me to do this for him, and, you know, for coming out with this, I want to say addictive game, because it has been quite addictive to play it.
Yep.
Most
Yeah.
enjoyable. Good job.
Oh, yeah, well, you're most welcome, and thank you for hosting the live stream.
It's been
Yeah.
been a pleasure. So, yeah, I'm going to leave the final word to Tim, though.
Is that it? Can my final word be a honk?
If you want it to be.
So P.A.C.K Post-Apocalyptic Cleaning Kit is now available in early access on Steam. Just released earlier today. So it's a great time to pick up a copy for you and a couple of friends. So, because you can play, as you can see, with up to 3 friends, total of 4 people. And yeah, so there's definitely more to come. It's in early access, but obviously there is more content I am absolutely working on. So thank you everyone for taking a look.
And yeah, obviously, if you want to see more P.A.C.K from me eventually, then let me know. And yeah, we shall see you for the next one. So until then,
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
goodbye, everybody.